Hey everybody, welcome to day, I think it's 52 of my mental health journey. For those of you who aren't aware, essentially I document my day-to-day ups and downs, mostly regarding anxiety, just with the hope of connecting with folks going through something similar, as well as using this as a platform for people for whom I can't speak to share their stories and hopefully connect with more people in the process. So as I mentioned, it's been a while. I think it's day 52. It might be day 53 for all I know. But, I just felt like I needed to take a little break. Initially, when I started this whole program, if you will, I had a lot more time, frankly, but I had a lot on my mind and I kind of felt this manic desire to produce content every day. And, I was just constantly racking my brain for stuff. And initially it was super easy, but then there was some days where I was like, I either don't have something to speak on or frankly, I just don't want to do something. And this is easy for me. I'm literally just pointing and shooting, just talking about my day-to-day life or having someone else hop on here doing the same. And I love doing it. I just kind of needed a little break, refocus, refresh, all that stuff. So I'm going to spend more time on this, just kind of giving you guys an update on my life, and just sort of why I took a break and, moving forward, why I'm going to be more vigilant about putting out content, whether it be the podcast or these videos on YouTube. But basically, work's been going really well. I started in September. Obviously, we're at the cusp of May now, so I've, 7 or 8 months under my belt. I'm crushing it. I really like the people I work with. I see this as a career, not just a job. And I think that's a new frontier for me. I've kind of worked at jobs where I was like, what's the end game? How am I going to leverage this to get a new position? Whereas at this company that I'm working at now, I see it as a place where I can leverage my experience in the company to grow in the company. And it's a startup. A lot of brilliant minds at work, a lot of just really talented leadership. So I'm at a spot where I really am enjoying where I'm working and I'm excited for the future. I'm at the age in my later 20s where I want to start really building an empire as I think about, my 30s and so on. So it's been awesome. And as far as physical and mental health, I've been really doing a lot better. Been stretching, working out, eating right, meditating still, all that good stuff, making time to chill with friends, do a little dating here and there. It's kind of tough still with the quarantine, but I did get my vaccination, so I know that's not an excuse to go out and do whatever, but it's just a nice little layer of security. As life starts to open up, I wanted to be vaccinated, and I have a couple friends getting married, so it was a non-negotiable that I got vaccinated. So I felt kind of bad after my shot. I got the Johnson & Johnson. I know people will clown me for that, but I feel a lot better now, and life's on the up and up. As you can see, it's a beautiful day, and that's not something you can always say in Massachusetts, so I'm not going to take it for granted. But yeah, other than that, I've just been trying to be consistent, similar to how I was consistent with dropping videos. Like, got to use that consistency, whether it's work related or just, mental health, physical health, etc. Making sure to check on friends. It's just been really good for me to feel like, and I mentioned before, I had a seizure in December, so I can't drive until June. So that's been like the main thing, just kind of relying on people to help me out or spending extra money on Ubers. Like, it sucks, but it is what it is. I'd rather just mitigate the risk of getting, having some sort of episode while I'm driving. I'd be screwed from an insurance standpoint. But if I can make it to that 6-month point, which is going to be June 25th, I'll be in the clear. I got some stuff I'm looking forward to before that. A friend is doing his bachelor party and he's getting married like a week or something before I'm good to drive again. I might go to Pennsylvania, hang with my family and stuff like that. So there's some good stuff in the interim between now and then. And obviously work, I'm doing really well with that. I'm very excited to see some of the new stuff that I bring on and some of the successes that we have as individuals and as a unit. But I just, I've been looking at some of my friends in the mental health community, I guess, if you want to call it that, like on YouTube specifically. And they've still been creating a lot of content. And shouts out to Lucky, for example, just very consistent with it, putting out a lot of cool interviews, a lot of cool personal stuff. And, it kind of made me realize like it's been a while since I've had my skin in the game, so to speak. And I want to make some more content and keep this channel alive. I mean, it's been a lot of fun. It was very cathartic initially, kind of vulnerable in a sense, but I figure that the only way to grow is to be vulnerable. And I was really going through a lot of stuff for a long period of time. And I just figured that I needed to get stuff off my chest. And now I treat this channel very differently. Whereas before it was almost like a diary, like a diary. Now it's just kind of a combination of a lot of stuff, whether it be interviews, me just talking about my day-to-day stuff, or specific topics regarding mental health that I've experienced or seen other people go through that perhaps, you folks are going through now and want a second opinion or some sort of advice, whatever it may be. I just kind of feel like I'm more or less coming into my element. As far as this channel goes, I don't feel pressured to do any sort of thing. Just kind of go with my gut. And that's kind of what I did initially, but I just needed a break and some time to refocus and just ask myself, like, what do I want out of this channel? I've made 50 videos. It was never about monetizing it or becoming famous or anything like that. But, I just figured it would be a good medium for myself to get some stuff off my chest. And as I've mentioned previously, I'm somebody who doesn't necessarily reach out to people when I have a problem. I try and deal with it internally. But I knew that just based on the way I was feeling at that point in time, which was like May 2020, I knew that I needed to do something drastically different, kind of break the mold. And that's why I decided to do something more public, because it was just the antithesis of what I had been doing up until that point. And I was like, well, if what I'm doing up until this point isn't working, then I got to do something differently. And that's kind of how I came upon just doing YouTube videos. I mean, I've loved YouTube since like 2005 or 6, whenever it came out. I've always loved videos. I took videos like on my shitty cell phone in like 2004, skate videos and stuff like that. So I just figured that this would be the right format. And I love podcasts too, so I'll turn this into a podcast as well. But yeah, this is more of just a check-in, let you guys know that I'm going to keep putting out content. I can't say that it's going to be every day, because I would be lying to myself, but I want to try and do like a couple videos a week. I just think that, this is something I love doing. It really adds some richness to my life, and I always walk out of these therapy sessions, so to speak, feeling better and just more at peace with myself and with the world in general. There's a lot of stuff that can piss you off and whatnot, people wasting your time, or, just an outcome that you might not desire. Like sometimes just having these little therapy sessions, I talk it out, even if it's just to myself. I find that it helps me kind of get over the hump. And, specifically today, it's a Monday. Why not start the week off doing something that I love doing, set the tone for the rest of the week. So that's kind of where I'm at, guys. I know that this wasn't like some Dalai Lama wisdom session or what have you, but this was just something that I wanted to drop because it's been a while. I know that you guys have been great supporters of me since the beginning. I don't care if I have 20 followers or 20 million followers. Just the fact that you folks take the time out of your day to watch my videos about just some random person talking about random stuff, it's very much appreciated. And needless to say, this will not be my last video. This is going to be a continuation of what I was already doing, but I just needed some time to reset, refocus, and just be more appreciative of the small things in life. So life's going real well, from personal life to professional life. There will always be ups and downs, but it's really just based upon how you are able to handle those ups and downs, and recognize that life is a process. It's not like an end game type deal, and just try and enjoy every moment of it. So I'll post this later tonight, guys. I know I'm kind of rambling at this point, but love you. Thank you for your continued support, and hope you guys continue to be great and have a wonderful start to your weeks.